Welcome to our van.
Yeah, so we're in the van, and this is going to be a video about using a generator. The 21 Revel, we got it because of the lithium package. That was one of the main reasons. And
And the fridge.
yeah, and the awning, and
Yeah.
yeah. But the lithium package is great until down here in the southeastern United States, summer arrived and humidity, and yeah, the air conditioning on this will work for about maybe 2.5 to 3 hours on a hot day if you're running it trying to keep the van cold. It's on the batteries alone. We've ran it overnight, like partially one time up in the Smokies before we got in on the generator.
Had a problem.
Yeah, we killed the van. We had it set for like 78 degrees or 80 degrees. Worked great until I woke up and the van was completely silent. It had completely gone into never die mode. Fridge was dead.
No cell service.
Yeah, we had no cell. Yeah, well, that didn't really affect it, but
Well, we couldn't call anybody to help.
so, anyways, the factory lithium package is insufficient to survive in the South in the summertime. In the Northwest and in the wintertime, no issues. But we decided to get a generator so we'd have unlimited air conditioning, and it's yeah, we got a little Honda 2200, but it's a little tricky. You're going to need to go down into your inverter and do some setting adjustments, and that's what this video is all about. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and walk you through that process. And as always, thanks for watching. You don't need to give me a thumbs up. You can unsubscribe if you want. In fact, yeah, it really doesn't matter. But let's just jump in and watch the video. Thank you for watching.
Goodbye.
Okay, so this is the generator that I ended up going with, Honda 2200. Very popular, very reliable, efficient little generator. You're going to need, for this particular generator, an adapter so you can plug into the 110 outlet on the generator to your 30 amp shore connection. Once you do that, you need to go into your inverter's controller, the Xantrex controller in the van. Hold down OK for 3 seconds. And then you're going to use this up button to go to setting 28. 28 is what adjusts the AC or the amp input for the van, the shore power connection. By default, it's set for 30 amps. So here you go. You press OK. This starts blinking, lets you change the amp setting. I had it at 15. We're going to go ahead and take it up to what I consider the max for the generator, which is 26 amps. Once you get it to that, hold down the OK button, then press escape. Boom, now it's set. So the generator is now running. We have the amp set for 26. The AC is not on. We're showing 1200 watts of power being generated. This is on the Honda app. And then the battery app is showing we're pushing 500 watts into this particular battery, and I think it's going to take over 2 hours to fully charge the van from its current state. We're going to go ahead and turn the AC on its maximum setting, not on auto, but on just high cool, which is continuous fan operation with a temperature setting at 56. It's going to take a minute for that to really kick in. The fan fires up inside the AC unit, but the compressor does not right away. So it takes a minute or two. We'll see now that as it starts to draw more power. We'll check on the Honda amp. You can tell I'm pretty good with these apps. So now we're up to 1500 watts. So it's drawn more watts. It's producing more energy, and now we're actually going to have the compressor kick in. You'll hear it in the background. Sometimes you have to tap the app. So now we are actually exceeding the design service limit of the generator. We're over 2200 watts. We're pushing as much power as that generator can crank out into the van. We're operating the AC, no problem, fully powering the van, and we're also dumping power into the batteries to recharge them. So under this current arrangement, if you're at a campsite, our batteries are down to 38%. In a couple hours, we'll fully charge the batteries while we have full AC, which I really don't recommend. I just think it's too hard on the equipment, it's too loud. There's your sound meter, Again, we're up at the high end of the generator's capability. So now we're going to go back into the inverter and we're going to change that setting again, and we're going to change it to what most people typically have their settings at for a generator. From what I've read, most people keep it at 15 amps, which is a good trade-off. It lets you push enough power back into the van to keep charging those batteries without just having the generator wide open the whole time and reducing a little bit of the noise. So that should see a decrease. There was a warning there that was on the Honda app saying that it was at its limit. So now we're back down to 1500 watts, well within the generator's capability. Still pushing enough power into the van to keep it operating, and also, you know, keep the AC going and push enough power to recharge the van. Now it's going to take us 8 hours to get the van fully charged from 39%, whereas before it was just a couple hours. And we still have nice ice cold air coming out. Everything's working good. Go ahead and head out there and see what this sounds like. So there's the decibel reading. We're less than probably 6 feet from the generator there. Still at 1500 watts. In this setting, for the most part, if you're out in the woods and you have your generator pointed away from people and not sitting on the ground, it's going to be pretty quiet. We're inside the van now, the door's shut. It's quieter in the front of the van than it is back in the bedroom, because the AC unit's actually louder than what you can pick up from the generator at the 15 amp setting. Again, if you put that generator in a nice quiet area, it's going to make a big difference. So now we're going to go into the settings again, final time, and we're going to go into what I call the good neighbor setting. If you're in a real sensitive area, I go to 7 amps, which for me is about as low as I'm willing to go with the generator to make it worth its while. Drops it down a little bit right now, since the AC is still pulling quite a bit of amperage. But you'll see now it's, what is it, 16 hours, or no, it's a day, of over a day before it would actually charge the van back up all the way. So you're starting to trade off the economy of the generator versus your sound and trying to, you know, make peace. It's still pushing 1300 watts, but the difference is, you can see the noise is a little bit different, and we'll walk away here. I got the you know, the generator is pointed at the van. It's reverberating off on concrete. It's completely different if you're out in the woods, but this is just a quick one for show you how this thing works. So we'll go back in here. We're going to shut the AC off just to show you how quiet this generator can be while it's still charging the van and not pissing off everybody in the forest. So go back in here and scroll through until you get to off. I don't know why it has a heat setting. I don't think this thing can generate heat. But all right, shutting off some lights. So now you're just trying to push some watts into the van, some amps in there, and it's going to drop considerably. Less than 600 watts are being generated right now, but it's dramatically quieter outside. You're not running the AC, but you're going to be able to charge the van fully in about 4 hours. So if you're in a sensitive area, this is the way to go. It's going to be a lot quieter. I've been next to fifth wheels and, you know, pushers where they have these humongous, you know, 5 kW generators, and you won't even hear this compared to those. You can, that's the other cool thing, is you can shut the generator off with the app, so you can be inside the van and say, yeah, I'm going to go and shut it off. I wish you could start it back up, but oh well. And you can see there's ambient sound without the generator running. It's not that big of a difference. I do have a highway that's on the other side of a tree line there, but so that's pretty much all the different settings. Hopefully this all makes sense. It's super easy to do and adjust as needed based on your power load and your air conditioning demands, neighbors, and yeah, that's it, man. I really like having the flexibility of the generator and unlimited power potential. So I hope you like this, and thanks for watching.